The first car I ever bought was a brand new Nissan Sentra, and I have some regrets about buying it, but they may not be what you think. If you are a first-time car buyer, this one's for you. I'm going to walk you through all of the mistakes that I made so you don't have to. And be careful, because some of these are super sneaky. Hey, I'm Katherine, founder of Imperfect Budget, and I help women feel less overwhelmed by money by building systems for their finances that actually fit their lives. The first mistake that I made when buying my new car was not getting pre-approved for a loan. Getting pre-approved is helpful for a couple of reasons. First, it helps you budget better for your new car because you know how much a lender is willing to give you. It also helps you shop around for the best interest rates. Dealers often have particular lenders that they work with, and they may not have the best interest rates for you. So by skipping the pre-approval process, you may end up paying a lot more over the full course of your loan. Taking the time to shop around for the best terms makes sure that you stay in control, not the dealership. The second mistake I made when buying my car was not getting car insurance ahead of time. I already knew which company I was planning on using, but since I wasn't trading in a car, I didn't think about opening a policy beforehand. The dealership almost didn't let me take my car home. Having insurance to drive off the lot is required in most states, and even if you don't know exactly which car you're going to buy yet, insurers can usually give you a good estimate based on the make and model that you're planning on buying. The next mistake I made when buying my first car was forgetting about the hidden costs. I knew I would be paying a monthly payment and gas, but I totally forgot about all of the other costs of owning a car. Car insurance, property taxes, oil changes, other maintenance fees, many of which are higher when you buy a new car versus used. So keep in mind that the monthly payment is only part of the monthly cost of a car. The real cost is everything that goes into keeping your car on the road. The best way to budget ahead of time is to estimate your annual costs for insurance, maintenance, taxes, and then divide that number by 12 to get the monthly cost. That is the true monthly cost of your car. So keep that number in the back of your mind while you're shopping for your dream car. If you need some help figuring out how a car would fit into your current budget, check the link in the description below for my free budget template. It'll help you break down the numbers to see how a car would actually affect the rest of your finances. The next mistake I made when buying my car was feeling nervous about negotiating. As women, we are socially conditioned to be non-confrontational, and buying a car is one of those things that can feel so pushy and almost borderline aggressive sometimes. The best piece of advice that I have ever received about negotiating is that it's not a fight, it's a collaboration. You want a car. The salesman wants his commission check. If they're not willing to work with you, it's not a collaboration. So just leave and take your money elsewhere. And do not fall for the "there's nothing we can do" spiel. It is a lie. The one mistake that I did not make when buying my first car was accepting the first price they gave me. When they showed me the price of the vehicle, I said, nope, and got up to leave. I was literally walking out the door, and they got me back by offering to bring down the price by $2,500. So I know that negotiating can be nerve-wracking, but don't go into this like a fight to the death. Go into it with a confident, help me help you attitude, because you hold all the cards. The fifth mistake I made was thinking that I wouldn't go over budget. Oops. I'm a finance girly. Of course, I had planned and budgeted for my car, but then I spent more than I expected. I liked a slightly nicer medium range car, better than the lowest tier one, and that's what I ended up buying. I don't necessarily regret it because that car was better suited for me, and I know that I'm going to keep it long term, but I do wish that I had been more realistic with my budgeting. So as a general rule of thumb, when you're estimating your future car payment, just add 20%. This will give you a nice buffer, so if you do end up liking something that's a little pricier than you expected, it won't completely throw off your budget. Now, I'm not one of those people that usually gets caught up in those extend your warranty schemes, but I was buying my first car. It was the biggest purchase I had ever made, and I got kind of caught up in the worry of something happening that would ruin its perfection. So I bought the extra insurance through the dealership that covered tire damage and body repairs, something like that. Once I realized my mistake a few months later, I called in to cancel it, and the agent tried very hard to convince me not to cancel. But once they finally agreed, they didn't even let me cancel it over the phone. They made me come all the way into the dealership to sign the papers in person before they would accept the cancellation. They did not make this easy for me. So when you go to purchase your new car, just say no to all those extra add-ons that they try to tag on to the total price. You'll save yourself a lot of money in the long term. Trust me. The 7th mistake I made when buying my car was thinking that a larger down payment would get me a better deal. Just to be clear, having a larger down payment does mean a lower monthly payment because you're borrowing less money, so your loan is smaller. But that helps you, not the dealer. They don't care whether the money is coming from you or the bank. They just want to get paid. So having a larger down payment did not exactly give me the negotiating power that I thought it would. The final mistake I made when buying my first car, and this one's sneaky, was not calling the lender to confirm my interest rate and terms of agreement before signing the final paperwork. Looping back around to mistake number 1, this is why it's a good idea to get pre-approved and not try to do your financing through the dealership, like I did. Dealerships can mark up the interest rate of your loan in what's known as a finance reserve. Basically, let's say you get a 4% loan from the bank. The dealership can add an extra 1 or 2% on top of your loan as a fee for arranging the financing. And this is completely legal. I know there is so much paperwork to do when you're buying a car, but please take the time to read through it. Make sure you understand the conditions and ask questions if you don't. You are putting tens of thousands of dollars into this purchase. It deserves the scrutiny to make sure you're getting the deal that you think you are. Buying your first car is a big deal, and it can be so exciting and completely overwhelming. But I hope that you can learn from my mistakes and walk into the dealership feeling confident and ready to make the best decision for you. Good luck, my friends. Don't forget to download my free budget template, the link's in the description below, and come back every Wednesday for new money videos.